I am my own DJ. So, welcome to episode 8, my friends, my lovely internet friends. I've been watching a lot of BookTube lately, so if you notice any changes on the channel, you could just blame the disease of social media infiltrating my soul. If that's how you want. I might talk softer. I might sponsor cozy reading afternoons. You are on time, Stephen Dwayne Allison Jr. Right on time. You're the most punctual person here. Hey, Jason. Yay, I'm glad you're here. Now that Jason and Stephen Dwayne Allison Jr. are here, I'm going to open this, and Cat House Caller and Flash and Colby. So I'm going to open this now that you're all here. But I'm learning about BookTube, and I think I'm going to have to start not yelling as much. And there's two ways I can go with BookTube from what I'm seeing. I can go real soft and quiet, like almost ASMR. Or is it AMSR? ASMR? Whatever. You know, the people who get off on the sounds. Or I could act like this is annoying to me. Why am I here? I don't know anything about the books. Those are two directions I can go that I'm seeing some successful. Yes, Flash, another one. Those are the directions. I have zero, and I mean zero. Uh-oh. All right, Mitch. I think this one might be the one that gets me. Uh-oh. Producer Jill? I think I might need pliers. Yeah. I thought you had polished those off already. No. I got it. I think. Mitch, this ain't going to win, Mitch. It ain't going to win. Oh, this is epic. This is so bad. Urgh. Okay, there it is, and done. I promise you that's material you could take out of context and use as a meme to destroy me. Sergeant D is coming, and you're on his list. So that looked not right. Yeah, it didn't lightweight. Rapture Brewing, Sugarfoot Stout. You know, Mitch might not be here while I do it live, but he may watch later. Oh. So, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, it's BookTube. Oh, BookTube. Uh-oh, hold on. I gotta let this part go. Sorry. I need to indulge myself. Okay, so BookTube. Cozy afternoon. Maybe I'll put up a poll. Cozy afternoon reading where I talk like this and I make green tea. Or I talk about Stephen King books I have that I have no clue what edition they are, and I just like the covers. Those are the two ways. So I promise not to do either of those. As tempting as they are. Bought a Powerball ticket. How many books can I buy with 685 million? It's the 8th highest in Illinois history, or is it history? It's the 8th highest. Producer Jill, we need to get a Powerball ticket. When's the drawing? Screw whatever BookTube is. I watch for JeffTube. Well, that's very I appreciate that, Stephen Dwayne Allison Jr. I really do. It's painful. There's some good BookTube. There's stuff that's good BookTube, and they just like different sorts of books than I do, and they're good in what they're doing, but it's really not comparable to what I'm doing. And then there's some people you're just like, why? Why did people why? I don't understand. I just bought what? I just put Dashiell Hammett's The Thin Man down, and now I'm going to put some Grey Goose down. Yes, Grey Goose. Tim, I would recommend to you the Kirkland. We did a taste test of vodkas. We had Tito's and Grey Goose, and then we had the Costco Kirkland equivalents of Tito's and Grey Goose, and the smoothest vodka, and I say smoothest. Tito's is great. No, all props to Tito's. But the smoothest vodka was the Kirkland Grey Goose vodka. That's what I put in my White Russians. I honestly think it's just about the genre of the book. Like, if you were into fantasy, you kill it. Or I think so anyway. I think you are 100% right, Colby. If it's fantasy, young adult, some romance. I mean, those are the more popular booktubers. Yeah. So I came through this a whole different way, right? I just small press, and there's not a huge small press thing. The thing I find most humorous about booktube channels is the number of content creators that act like experts on a genre, specifically fantasy. There's the F word, because they've read most of what came out this decade. Yeah, that's, they're also cranking through the book. There's really doesn't. I don't know. I'm not here to bash other booktubers until I do. I might get in a Twitter feud with somebody. Tito's is great, but Belvedere is where it's at. Everybody's got their favorite. I picked a new porter today. I like porters more than stouts, Jeff. Prove me wrong. I can't prove. How do you prove an opinion wrong? A subjective opinion. You like porters. I have a friend. I used to work with Cole. This guy, his name's Tom Dahl, and he did brews bathtub. He said that's what he did, so I hope that was a euphemism for like a homebrew kit. And he had a smoked porter that was really good. Dahl's his last name was Dahl, as in Roald Dahl. I think he's somehow related to Roald Dahl. He never got me a Wonka bar or nothing, but he did a smoked porter that was really good. I like porters. I'm not ever gonna try to prove you wrong unless you go off on your Bentley Little mailman thing. And even then, I can't prove you wrong. I mean, everybody will know you're wrong, but uh-oh. Yeah, SOD. Yeah, your channel is niche on niche on niche. I honestly don't know how I found your channel because honestly, until I found you, the nicest book I had was Folio. Now I have a few SST and one Centipede. Love it though. It's different. Thank you. I appreciate it. I don't know how anybody finds me either. YouTube does serve up some rando stuff to me, even like some channels with like 100 subscribers, which you wouldn't think are going to get served up because they don't have that head of steam going. But YouTube does, they do a solid. And once in a while I see, a lot of influx of people come in who discover through Folio or other. I need to get another Folio book up in the house. I'm waiting till their Christmas release. Until they do another batch. The autumn release sucked. It just did. There was nothing in autumn that I liked. And the one before that, the summer release from Folio, I liked some of the titles, but I don't think, like, Misery was just bad. And I got The Road because I had to, but Oh, that's nice. Thank you. Flash says, I was like, I just want to hang out with the good dude. Thank you. That's it's very kind. I sip when I'm nervous. You know, like your dog will pant or chew on its arm. I sip when I'm nervous. Misery was ugly. Yeah, Tim. It was bad. It was so sad. And what bothered me was what they did with The Road. Such a great, great book. And they messed up the cover. The bold red was wrong. The interior design was okay. The art was okay. It was better than the cover, but that cover, it just felt like it didn't feel important. And Misery, you know, there's a Shining edition. It's a Books a Million exclusive. I saw it at Second and Charles. I don't know if you saw my book haul that I posted from there. I didn't get it, but what struck me was the Books a Million exclusive of The Shining looked just like the folio edition of Misery. The same sort of cover treatment. I didn't flip through it. I don't think there was any art in it, but it just looked as phoned in as Misery did. That cover was just really bad. Kafka on the Shore is gorgeous. Missed out on the Centipede Press. Yes, their Kafka on the Shore is gorgeous. Their Philip Dick stuff is gorgeous. So Folio does great work. It's within their wheelhouse, but some of these books I just don't think they care about. I don't know. I can't explain it any other way. Like they just want to get an edition out, so they crank it out. But anyway, let's talk about Suntup. Next week is a new book. I'm lining up 2 interviews for this book. I don't think they're going to land when the release happens. The one person I'm talking to, I'm probably going to interview him after, and then the artist I'm going to try to line up for the day of release. So I'm talking to these people, trying to get it going. Cat House Caller says the Autumn didn't really work. That's the only one this quarter that I was even remotely interested in. Yeah, the Kafka on the Shore, right? Me too, and I've never read it. I have the Dune edition from Folio. Oh, the collector. Okay, so Steven's gonna do that. I won't. I know I won't get the Centipede. Yeah, you probably won't get the Centipede Dune because everybody's gonna fight you for it. You could probably get it from Folio because they just keep printing them. Right? I mean, they just keep doing new printings. So, but I'm not saying what next week's release is. I did read the book. It is a brilliant book. There's so much to unpack from it. Just so much. Loved it. And I can't wait to talk to the author of the introduction about this book. Because this person's like a learned person. This person actually has an opinion worth hearing. You know. So I'm going to talk to him about it. It might be after the release. He's got stuff going on, so I'm going to try to get a hold of him. But okay, so Musashi-san wrote, "The Road was ridiculous, deserved way better treatment since it was their first Cormac." Yes, I agree. It deserved better than what it got. Huh? What? Producer Jill's like peanut gallery. Oh wait, Great Gatsby. Where? What was mentioned? Oh. Slee Stack. Yes. I saw the Gatsby making the rounds. Century Press. I don't know. Producer Joe likes that book, so maybe that's an unboxing. It's a nice little book. It's tiny and it's leather and it's letterpress. I'll show it to you, Jill. It might appear on the channel. I don't know. That Langan interview will be tough to top. He was awesome. Did you saw the Philip Fracassi interview? That was awesome. I mean, I'm learning to interview people and just get the hell out of the way because these people are so great, and you need to hear what they have to say. So I have no doubt that next week's interview will be just as awesome. This book, loved it. Just absolutely loved it. Floored by it. And there's a lot about human nature and desire in that book that this book says a lot about it. And anyway, I'm not going to say anymore because I'll probably step in it and say the name. The folio book of the New Sun has wonderful design and artwork. Sure, yes. The standard edition has had some, oh, really? Has some QC issues. Oh, I didn't know about that, Jason. Yeah, the Folio Society can do great stuff. They really do. I really like their Clockwork Orange. I think they do a lot of great stuff with typesetting and typography. Some of the artists they pick are really great. Do you think Suntup will ever do No Country for Old Men? Oh, sweet baby Jesus, I hope they do. Yeah. I don't know. My vision into the future is very limited. So I don't know. Suntup, if they do another McCarthy, I believe it will be No Country for Old Men. I would prefer Sutri. I don't care. I will want whatever it is. I can't wait for Blood Meridian. Did I miss you, Cat House? I feel like I missed a comment somewhere in there. Perhaps I didn't. Oh, which is only like $80. Oh, okay. Okay. So yeah, so next week will be the new Suntup release. You know, like I said before, even the guesses for Suntup books and just the books Paul picks, if you can't get a Suntup edition, get one of them. Get a reading copy. These books are picked for a reason. They're usually in high demand or beloved by Paul. And I do know that this book is a book that made an impression on Paul. He really liked it too. So I don't know how you could read this book and not feel something. It's just such a great book. And that's really all I say. But there was somebody was talking about in the social medias about where do you store your Suntup stuff? And I said I store it in my Rosemary's Baby presentation box. So that's where I keep all my bookmarks and such. So you're getting an insight into my box here. And these are the premium bookmarks. Here's the planchette, Scrabble tiles. So, but if you can't get one of these, if you don't have one of these, I know Paul did it for Rosemary's Baby and Misery. He did these presentation boxes. The book came in the slipcase, in the form-fitted foam. Really made quite an impression. If you can't get one of these, then go to 19th edition and buy one of these. It's the same sort of deal, but it looks like a book. These are supposed to be like pages. Sits into your bookshelf. Really cool. And I keep all my 19th edition stuff in here, but it'll work really well for Suntup bookmarks. So that's my commercial for that. I think you should do it. That's what I think. I wasn't paid for that commercial. What do we got? As a West Texan, I'd love No Country for Old Men. I wasn't aware they altered the content. What? Wait. I considered the Century Press Gatsby, but I'm not a fan of them changing the content. Wow. If you're going to add additional content or bonus material, that's exactly what it is. It's bonus material. You have the novel as it's been published and regarded, and then you add those additional things. So that isn't cool, Jason. I agree. Jeff, you think so? Okay. Okay. Yes. That's the same place I keep all of my Suntup swap. Yep. Yes, I have one of those fake book boxes. They're great. I'm so glad Michael Caine did those. I looked into what the collector was about after last week's stream. Unfortunately, I also read what the ending was. See, where did you read that? Like on somebody give you something on Wikipedia or something? Um, yeah, I don't like when books get spoiled, even if it's not like the end, but the end is worse to have anything spoiled. Um, so that, yeah, that's not good. I keep the Suntup bookmarks in each book and the extras in a book box. Is that a safety deposit box? How do, Fairwood? How do? I would curtsy, but I'm sitting down. I got the B.E. Trice, No Country for Old Men. Those B.E. Trice might be some of the last limited signed by Cormac. I knew about that, but I didn't know about that in time. So that's what's up. They edit a word based on understandable modern sensibilities. I would have preferred they just trust their audience a bit more. You can't, I didn't know that. So they edit a word in Great Gatsby to avoid being offensive. Is that what it is, Jason? That's not cool. That is not cool. You can't erase the past, even if it's ugly past. You should not erase it. That is dangerous. Censorship and revising history are both super dangerous, stupid things to do. I understand. Maybe there could be a note in there before you get to the text, if you want such a thing, just saying that there are themes and elements in books, and we need to understand them in the context with which they were written. And they changed a racial slur. Yeah, racial slurs are ugly. They're not. You know what's worse than racial slurs? Censorship. And I mean that in all seriousness. I don't like to offend people. I don't want anybody feeling hurt. I don't like racists. I don't think you're going to find anybody alive that agrees with racism, but you can't wallpaper over the past. You can't do it, because then guess what's going to happen? Ugliness is going to pop up through the cracks. That's when you make it taboo and that's sad. You can't do that. Maybe that's the only way they could get the rights. Yeah, I mean, who knows the story behind it? That's possible. Maybe the estate, wanted to preserve F. Scott Fitzgerald's legacy, and but that's silly. That's wrong. That's right-hearted but wrong-headed, in my opinion. I give Century credit for being upfront about it, though. They have a whole statement about it on their site. Okay, that's good. Easton did the same with Huck Finn. Is that what you're talking about? Oh, censorship is here and it's scary. I need help, producer Jill. I can't read them all. You don't have to be quiet about it. You're not at church. She's so religious, everybody. Okay. Well, you could object louder than that. She's not religious at all. She's a Satanist. See? When you don't dispute me, I could say whatever I wish. Even Satanism's a religion. Well, whatever. I'm getting off track. Midworld did the same thing with those across the river, which for a story that takes place in the Deep South in the 1930s totally takes me out of the story. Wow, because I was going to get to Midworld. Look, I'm jumping ahead. Midworld. I'm dying to get something by Midworld, and those across the river looked like my jam. I did not realize that. That is unfortunate. That's a ding. When was that book written? Is it an old book? Those Across the River? I haven't researched it. Just seemed like a creepy book. Talk about wrestling with history. That's disappointing. I still like Midworld. No, I'm not slamming them. They have a few books: The Last Watch, Black Company, and Black Tongue Thief. Pre-order, and there's updates in the newsletter. I'm still waiting for the John Dies at the End trilogy to be announced, released, and up for pre-order. That's why I'm stalking them. But in the meantime, that David Palumbo art with Those Across the River, has been singing to me, Jeff, like sirens. Oh, I'm getting waved off. Oh my God. The author of the Midworld title chose to do it, not the publisher. Okay. Jill should sit by you. Team effort. Get her on camera like Sonny and Cher. You were hoping I wouldn't read that comment. This silence, you might not. It's her talking. Yeah. Supposedly the author asked them to alter it so it's not as bad as Least. Okay. Wokeism is affecting book geeks now. Yeah. It's so wrong-headed. So much of identity politics is separating people. There's a difference between awareness and getting people to understand different struggles and respect different struggles, and then walling yourself off from everybody and calling things off limits. I'm here for the books. I'm not doing a political podcast, and I would be canceled in a heartbeat because I'm a doughy old man. This has put me off purchasing future Midworld titles, though. Well, I understand. I get that. I understand that. I get it. Censorship is bad, even when you're doing it for the good. It's like, I did not plan. This wasn't in my notes, so I didn't plan on talking about this. So to shift gears, let's shift gears a little bit. Let's talk about Earthling. There was some good response in my Philip Fracassi interview. No? Did you guys like that? I loved it. Philip Fracassi is a great guy. He is an author who should be on your radar. You should be aware, looking out for new titles from that man. His debut novel is awesome. I loved it. It's one of those, you just love being there. You open the book and you just love falling into it. And it's horrific and it's supernatural, but it's also time travel. You really do feel like you're 1905 Pennsylvania. Thank you guys. Great interview as always. Fracassi was awesome. And he's written, so that interview itself led me to buy a couple of his collections. Modestly priced paperback collections, but I want to read more from him. I love discovering new authors. Like Chad Lutzke is a great author, and I want him on this channel. I want to interview that man. So that'll be coming up. Not dreadfully soon, not frightfully soon, but soonish. Soonish. I'm a slow mover, but Chad Lutzke's awesome. And you read these authors and then, you want to read more, So there's a lot of, and there are, for some reason, copies available of Boys in the Valley. I think seriously, this is going to be a book people will be hunting down later. I'm not the only person to react in such a positively strong way. There are all these reviewers are coming out. Cemetery Dance Online just posted a review saying it's the best debut in decades or a decade or whatever. So you can take my word for it, but so many others agree. Go get it. It's $50. Oh man, it's really great. Wormwood blew me away. Yeah, that's really because he co-authored that with somebody else. I need to get a copy of that. Did you get that through Nightworms or did you get it from Thunderstorm? I gotta see if there's a Thunderstorm copy available. I'm going to read some Fracassi. I already ordered the Earthling title. Good for you. Thank you. Glad he talked about offering signed books from his site. Yes, Jason. On eBay, his eBay listings, you can order Behold the Void with a signature. Just tell him what you want. I told him, write your social security number down with your autograph. It's identity theft. Okay, so Boys in the Valley, you loved it. Maybe Fracassi can help you get an interview with Mallerman since they are buds. Yeah, I'd love to talk to Mallerman. I'm reading. Okay, so that's a great segue. That's great because just like Boys in the Valley sitting there on Earthling's site, like down to 30 copies or whatever. So is this Behemoth. I just started it. I started reading it. Wow. This book is a song. It's like a river. It flows. You hop in and you just get carried away. It's amazing. It's different than any other Mallerman I've read. It's not stream of consciousness exactly, but it has those qualities. It is just sprawling. And there are copies available. So I'm gonna try to crank this out and get a review up for you all. So people can have an informed decision. But why not just buy now and ask questions later? Because this is still available. And it is so good. But I love Mallerman, so I'm biased. I'm taking stuff from a pile over here and I'm putting it over here. Great read. What do we got? Producer Jill, do you guys try? Oh, we didn't try Kraken or Kraken. What is that? Vodka? Was that vodka? Rum. We haven't yet, but we will.
Yes,
for next time. So producer Jill's promising a mixed drink with Kraken on this. Wow, you're gonna have to move. Get that. We're gonna have to get that. What up? Sorry I'm late. Loving that shirt though. Kind of thought you would, Mitch. You should see me struggle with the cork earlier. It had all the tongues wagging. Jeff always looks off camera like he's picking a fight with the drunken idiot across.
I'm the drunken idiot.
When the only time I ever feared for my safety was when I was in Ireland. You go into a bar in Ireland and somebody's going to want to break your nose. Dude, I don't know. I went to this bar and this guy just kept giving me the hardest looks ever. And I've been in the south side of Chicago bars with all these south side Irish. And man, these people, they're angry, they're violent, but they don't take it personal. Like they'll put your nose sideways and then buy you a beer. Like they don't care. I'm really looking forward to Ghoul in the Cape. Amazed it didn't sell out immediately. I am just floored that it didn't sell out immediately. I mean, 1,000 copies is a lot. Maybe a lot of people didn't get the word. I don't know. I really don't know. Mallerman's not exactly an unknown author. He's promoted it. I don't know. It's so stupid that Ghoul is still available. It is stupid. You have 4 copies on order. Oh, you ordered the letter. I don't even want to see that. I don't even want to see that. Producer Jill won't let me get Mallerman lettered editions. This is me just putting her on the spot. I want to get the Goblin one if I'm on the waiting list for that. I don't know if that'll happen. I have the ARC and the numbered edition. I didn't have the foresight to buy 2. Should have. Then I could have gouged somebody. Put the screws to them. Speaking of Mallerman, I saw that Day of the Pig is being released as a trade under a new title. Wonder why they changed Pearl. Mallerman changed it. It's a paperback. It's a paperback. What? Moose. It's not a paperback. This is the ARC. Unless I'm misunderstanding, that's the ARC, but the hardcover is coming. Mallerman changed the title to Pearl, I think, and he said it was his choice. Maybe the publisher floated the idea because on this, the Day of the Pig is a mouthful, and Pearl is just such a stronger title. Maybe I don't know. I was mad at first, but then Mallerman said, "Don't be mad." He spoke to me personally, And he said he changed it because he wanted it to be Pearl's book. He felt like he took it. He didn't give it to Pearl. Pearl's the pig. Great book. I read on this The Day of the Pig. I have Pearl, the signed trade on order from VJ Books. You'll see it here on this channel. I recommend you get it. It's a great read. It's a fun rock and roll slasher horror read. So much of what Malerman does is so different from all the other Malermans. The guy is a genius. He's an imaginative genius, creative genius. That guy's brain, I don't think stops. I think it just flows and unspools and just weaves whole worlds out. And they're all so different. They're great. Every book is great. But how will you collect all the Malerman books if you don't get the letters? I'm just going to let that truth ring out. Thank you, Mitch. Thanks for bringing the wing, man. Musashi-san, don't be sorry, please. You don't need to be sorry. There's no sorry here. There's no sorry in book collecting. Only regret for missing the lettered Malermans from Earthling. They want to see me get my books. Good night. What? Early rise, got to split. Have a good week, Jeff. Okay, Flash. I don't have much more to go through, so you're not missing much. And it's just me. You'll see it again later. Nice. I'll have one with you guys next week. Okay, so everybody, you got your homework. Producer Jill, the Kraken. We're going to unleash the Kraken here on this channel. I might reach out to the Kraken people. Why not? Just say I'm going to do your drink. I can't promise to like it as much as I like Sugarfoot, though. This makes Jill nervous that I look at her. It just, I'm doing it for me, kids. Jeff, there's always a chance. I'm trying, man. I'm trying. All right. So what else do we have? Earthling we talked about. Suntup we talked about. You guys got ahead of me on Midworld, but that's okay. No timeouts for anybody. SST. Paul Fry's working his ass off. He shipped World Lansdalean. I hope you've seen my channel. And from my incredibly generous benefactor, got me the World Lansdalean. It is an amazing book. It is really a fantastic production. And if you're a fan of Lansdale, it's a must own. Must own. So thrilled I had that. Books at SST have been selling out, so like maybe get over there. The Stephen Graham Jones books have been selling out. Mongrels lasted nary a day. I don't know how long that lasted. I don't track everybody's sellouts, only Suntups. I do the countdown because that's fun. Yeah, put more gas in the tank. It's time for a Rapture break. Uncomfortable eye contact. On SST, care to discuss why you passed on Mongrels? Purely monetary or just not interested? Okay, so here's the danger I've put myself in with Stephen Graham Jones. I have two books. I have Mapping the Interior that I got from Nocturnal Reader's Box, which is signed. And I have The Only Good Indians, which was gifted to me from SST. And grateful I am for both of those. I've never sought out and purchased a Stephen Graham Jones book, but I've been dying to read those because there's a lot of buzz about that author. There's a lot of really good feedback and reviews about his books, and a lot of people are very happy. My Heart is a Chainsaw, Mongrels, all those books. It was a monetary decision. I just cannot start pursuing every author. And as much as I love SST, I just had to pump the brakes a little bit. And so you make those hard choices. Now the danger is I have 2 of his books. So if I read them and love those books, I'm just gonna take forks to my eyes, like that Scorpions album cover Blackout, and just pop them out. This is the contract I have with myself. I will really, really hate myself for passing. If I love Stephen Graham Jones, I probably would. But yeah, it's just monetary. It wasn't a lack of interest. It's sort of just like holding my nose. It's an unknown and just walking away. Read The Only Good Indians. It's amazing. See, I don't need to read that. I was hoping Heart is a Chainsaw would be available from Cemetery Dance, but no luck. Yeah. SST, it could just be the momentum's there now, and they're going to sell out, and maybe there are no copies for other publishers. I don't know how that works. Inside baseball. SGJ is great. Not everyone likes his style, though. I have like 20 plus of his books. Slippery slope indeed. Yeah, I read Josh Mallerman, instantly was hooked. I read Paul Tremblay, instantly was hooked. I was avoiding getting hooked again. Anya Allborn got hooked. It didn't work out with Max Booth III. So it's possible I wouldn't like Stephen Graham Jones. I didn't click with CJ Tudor. I got 2 of her books and sold them and basically got my money back. So it doesn't always work, but I was worried about getting addicted. I'm about 2/3 through Mongrels right now, and I'm absolutely loving it. I'm liking it more than Only Good Indian. Oh, see? You know what? And Grady Hendrix is another one. Now, I took if Paul Fry had done, if SST had done what they did with Paul Tremblay books and Grady Hendrix books and sold it as a bundle, I probably would have bit the Stephen Graham Jones bundle. I probably would have done it. Because I did it on Grady Hendrix, and I've been resisting Grady Hendrix in the same way I was resisting Stephen Graham Jones. And, I shouldn't be like that. I should be committed to bringing the best books to this channel, to reviewing the books and doing all that. So I shouldn't be too shy about it. Just jumping in at the limited edition level. It's kind of a commitment. Show us your Bentley Little collection. Really? CJ Tudor's writing makes for boring television. CJ Tudor's writing makes for boring reading. It's very juvenile. If it's young adult fiction, I credit her. I think it's great for that audience, but it's so bad. The Hiding Place was just not. It was a waste of my time. You want my Bentley Little collection? All right, well, you're going to have to look at these books for a minute. I'll show you my Bentley Little collection. Sugarfoot Stout will babysit you until I get back. Did they behave, Sugarfoot? Sugarfoot will tell me. All right, so here's my Bentley Little collection. You asked for it. I read The Return by Bentley Little, and it sucked. Little trinkets in a display case came to life and rattled their way out of the tray case, the display case, the glass display case. Little trinkets. They rattled off, and I'm supposed to, oh shit! Souvenirs are coming to life, and they're rattling away. Oh, I shut that book with a quickness. And then I discovered Cemetery Dance. And they sent me this book, The Circle, as a part of a 4-book grab bag deal, right? So I'm okay, cool. It's very well done. It's a beautiful book. It's a trade edition. It's not signed by Bentley Little. And I read it. What a load of garbage. What a load of garbage. You want to know how it starts? It starts with a little boy shitting gems, defecating gems. And I like bizarre stuff. I do. The kid was crapping gems. And then there's something going on in suburbia. It's all weird and twisted. I read the whole thing, and then I got to the end, and the end features the most impotent villain I've ever seen in fiction. The villain, I don't want to spoil it for anybody, so cover your ears or just walk away. The villain, I'm not going to say what the villain is, but has a book thrown, the villain has a book thrown at her, and she cries. And the story ends. I mean, that's what I remember from The Circle. So then I ranted about Bentley Little, and my good friend Ron said, "Hey, you got to give him a chance. He's Stephen King says he's the horror poet laureate, right? You got to give him a chance. His home is Cemetery Dance, same place as Stephen King. Give him a chance." I'm like, all right, what's his best book? And the consensus was swift and strong. The Mailman. So I bought the Cemetery Dance edition. I didn't even putz around. I said, I'll go full Cemetery Dance trade edition. I'll pay full price, $30 for The Mailman. What a load of crap. This book is a load. Read my review on Goodreads. It's crap. He's the, read that. The Horror Poet Laureate by Stephen King. And guess what the next book says? The Horror Poet Laureate by Stephen King. He's just trading on that one line, that one blurb. So I read this. It's awful. Impotent villain again. Horrible main characters that you don't like, and they don't change. The hero arc the hero or the main character needs to change by the end of the story. They need to be different by the end. There has to be a transformation. Nothing happens in this book. Nothing. These are dead trees, man. For nothing. They died for nothing. So then my final book is something I found at Salvation Army for $1.95. Walking Alone, a collection by Bentley Little. Cemetery Dance. I bought it kind of as a joke. But I also don't ever want to give up on an author. I don't like that, I don't like to DNF a book. And so I got this. I probably will never read it. That's my Bentley Little collection. I have a little, and it's a lot I don't want. Okay, so what's up? Oh, Stephen is a better author than Hendricks, in my humble opinion. Love them both. And Ron says you were wise to choose Hendricks over SGJ. Ooh, Sugarfoot crushing the babysitting. He's damn right. Sugarfoot was like on it. I don't think Sugarfoot wavered. I'm guessing here, but I think SGJ didn't get the bundle treatment because when Indians was announced, SGJ only had 2 books released with the publisher that put out the okay. Sell them to fund your SST needs. My Bentley Little collection. Did you see what Bentley Little gets on eBay? It's like this here, right here, $5. $5. And also my daughter was doing a craft project and she said, "Dad, can you give me a book I can destroy?" I gave her this one. And she proceeded to destroy it. It's destroyed. So I won't get a whole lot for that, but I was hoping to get one of my daughter's insanely creative creations, and that would have made Bentley Little something worthwhile to me, at the very least. Bentley Little. Too much little is how I like to say it. Yes, you could definitely use that for your future. What? What are you saying? Crushing the babysitting game?
He's gonna need a babysitter.
Oh, he's got a baby. Mitch is a little baby at home. The little baby. Oh my, I saw a baby the other day. I couldn't run the other direction fast enough. A baby. They're awesome. I think there are vampires and they're newborns. Newborns are vampires. They suck the life right out of you. But oh my God, you want them to. You just get a little baby. I'm a sucker for a baby. A baby in this economy. Yeah. Yes. So buy Rapture Brewing. Peter Hunt did. Hunchback Jack did. He bought Rapture Brewing. Do like Hunchback Jack did. Is that a convincing Man, I don't have a whole lot left. And then after this, I got to talk to Jill about getting lettered Mallermans. Don't mince words. Tell us what you really think of his writing. Oh, you got her. The Handyman was interesting, at least. Okay. All right. And you know what? I welcome all opinions because there's no wrong opinion. Ron is not wrong for liking Bentley Little. He's not wrong. I don't agree. And I will say, like I said last week, I got a little nasty last week. I'd like to apologize for last week. I got nasty. I started bashing some authors. But like I said last week, you read Bentley Little and then you read other authors, and then sometimes you look back and say, well, at least Bentley Little is having fun. You could tell the guy's having fun. You know, he's written books. I've never written a book because I have too much respect for you to write a Jeff Terry book. Because if I did, I would try to have fun. All right. So I talked about a Centipede. Want to talk about Centipede? I missed last week because I was busy deleting emails about chasing the boogeyman. Oh, I have to applaud that. Have you seen what Richard Chismar is doing now? He's doing little videos recounting showing his backyard and saying, this is where I filmed the commercial for Chasing the Boogeyman. Like, everybody cares. Richard, nobody cares about this book as much as you do. I'm sorry. This is like as friendly as I'm ever going to be. I'm trying to be a friend. Nobody cares as much. He seems to think there's an army of people out there just dying to promote the book for him and invested in their entire hearts and souls into understanding what inspired Chasing the Boogeyman. I'm sorry, but it is the most hyperbolic ad campaign for a book I've ever seen in my life. If he would take 1/10 of those resources and put it toward the publishing queue of Cemetery Dance, the company he owns, maybe I wouldn't get my blood pressure up. See, now I'm negative again. And I'm not trying to make good content here. I'm really emotionally wrecked. I had like 300 of them sitting in my inbox. It's disgusting. It was no joke. I need all the help with babysitting right now. Oh, just put a Sugarfoot Stout right by the crib or wherever the baby gives up for the moment. And the Sugarfoot will scream. It's better than a monitor. We were just talking to a friend. They now have iPads and they look, oh, what's the baby doing? And, oh, we had a shitty little monitor that was like every ghost or electromagnetic impulse that came through the air made a beep or something. We're like, what, shut up. We had guests over. Shut your mouth. Shut up. We think the baby might have farted. And we'd sit there like this thing owned us. This little baby monitor owned us. And now you could look at the video and say, "Oh no, he just farted." Okay, keep going on with your story about Bentley Little. He wants you to buy this stuff to get a chance to be in his next book. Oh, I forgot about that. Yes, there's the contest. You can be in Richard Chismar's next book. So then the threat of more emails for his next book. Okay, I have stuff written down that I wanted to get to for Cemetery Dance. And this is very triggering to me. Richard Chismar is already talking about his next book. And people, don't you want to be in his next book? What's he going to make you? A caddy? A fisherman? A victim? Like, what are you going to be? You're obviously going to be somebody who worships Richard Chismar because he's in love with himself and his youth. And he wants everybody to regard him the way he does. I've never seen Narcissus. He fell into the pool, right? Yeah, Richard Chismar fell into the pool. And you know what? Richard Chismar looks like somebody I would love to have a beer with. He seems like an ordinary guy. Wears a baseball cap and a t-shirt everywhere. He doesn't seem pretentious or a jerk at all. He doesn't seem that way. I don't know. Zip it. Oh, Smug Oreo, are you here to threaten my life? Cemetery Dance has that effect these days, sadly. The video monitor is so clutch. Can't imagine not having it. But you I'm sure, Mitch, you have something, you see a video representation of your brood, and so you know if it's an emergency or not. I feel threatened. Rapture is about to sponsor the next Chismar title. You'd know you'd read Chasing the Sugarfoot. You know I would. And I would wipe a tear off camera if Sugarfoot or Rapture sponsored. No, I wouldn't. If Rapture wanted to be in the Richard Chismar business, I would pour a stout, toast to everybody's success. I want everybody to be successful. I do. Who's this boogeyman? Is this related to Gwendy? I just delete that shiznit. Yes. I'll put you in a story. That sounds like a threat, Megan. I'll put you in a story. Feels like I'm going to be in like a meat grinder. Gotta run, Jeff. I'll watch the rest on playback. Gotta hear that Centipede talk. It's not really a whole lot. But thanks for being here, Ron. The Centipede stuff is just that the spear is available for purchase, unsigned copies. That's really it. Yeah, that's it. That's all I have written down. I ended up with 2 copies of Boogeyman. Not going to read either. Well, you should read and come to your own conclusion. I noticed that when it was on Goodreads, the rating was like 4.8, and it's been dropping. It's like the more people read the book and review it, the lower the rating goes. But it's still a solid 4.2. And it seems that people genuinely like the book. It sounds like a cool concept. So, read it and see what you think. I don't want to read it because I read Girl on the Porch, and some of the criticism about Boogeyman echoes what I felt about Girl on the Porch. So, but see what you want. By the way, Jeff, you are threatened. Oh, good luck. Oh, I'm going to have to sleep with both eyes open and a gun on my chest. That's what it feels like. So, yeah, Centipede has the spear. The spear sounds awesome. I am very tempted to buy it. So would you all please go to Centipede Press's website, buy the spear, put it out of stock so that I don't feel any temptation. Because I'm a weak man, and I want to save up my money for lettered Mallermans. I was able to barely get through the first 5 chapters. I've never DNF'd a book before. First time for so you did give it a chance. Well, as long as you gave it a chance to read Chasing the Boogeyman. If you didn't finish, I think you have a moral obligation to put a Goodreads review or an Amazon review and say this book is overhyped because. And also, if you loved it, you have a moral obligation. On Centipede, I've had such high expectations for Dune that now I'm worried I could be let down when it finally arrives. I agree with Stephen Dwayne Allison Jr. Not possible. Not possible. I think Jared will deliver on Dune in a thrilling, worthy way. There's 2 publishers I always trust, Suntup and Centipede. Both for their selections and their quality. They're just amazing publishers, and Centipede will take care of you. Jared is a master. Yes. Hope I get the opportunity to be disappointed in Dune. That's funny, Joshua. Yes, there's a long line. There will be scalpers that will just flip it on the secondary. I would love to own a copy of Dune just because it's such a epic title, but I don't want to get in the way of a real fan. Not on that one. Not on that one. Not at all. And if Jared wants to send me a copy, he can, and I'll unbox it. He'll get a free commercial out of it, but I wouldn't flip it. You know love is getting baked into that book. You know it. Trust Jared. Trust Paul Suntup. Due to life stuff, I might miss out on Dune, even though I've been on that list forever. Oh, hey, Chad, I talked about you earlier. Were your ears burning? We talked about you. We need to set up an interview soon. Soon-ish. I'm a slow mover, man. Yeah, Chad is here. Chad is awesome. A Foster Home and Flies, man. Great read. Heartbreaking. Very heartbreaking, but great. Oh, my God, that book was heart-wrenching. Chad's a great guy, too. So we talked about Wormwood, Chad. Wormwood. Need to get a copy of that. I didn't finish Gatsby at 16. At 40, it was more my speed. Mint juleps taste good. Yeah, you have to be ready for a book, I can't believe they would make a 16-year-old read Gatsby about social class and trying. That seems stupid, but slacker, email me. I will, Chad. I will. I'm just so. I want to do it. See, that's the thing. That's like there's this 80% rule. You should just settle for 80% right, 80% good, and not worry about the 20%. And if that's close enough, right? I just want to do a good interview with you and be as informed as possible. And that's getting in the way of booking it. But I've got to. Sorry. I found a signed copy of Houses Under the Sea by Centipede Press. I forgot I owned. It was in a draw and haven't read yet. Oh, so I assume you meant it was in a drawer. You really should. For me, it was introduction to both Chad and Tim. I really dig the way they write and spin a web. So Wormwood, yeah. So yes, rave reviews, Chad. Got to read it. Will Jared give out pre-orders for Dune? Oh, Fairwood. To those on the list in order of request received or total free-for-all? Fairwood. I would imagine, and I can't speak for Jared, I imagine he's got people who've, he's got his subscribers and then he's got his wait list, and I imagine it's going to be in order of received. I'd imagine. And then he's going to go down that, and then he's going to say, it's $700. And then he'll go, oh, I'm out. And then it's like going to go to the next person. But yeah, Dune is selling out in 30 seconds. I think it's already sold out, Musashi-san. I think it's already gone. That's why it's important to be on the list. You've got to have already been in communication with Jared, because that list is going to be deeper than a sandworm's belly. Did I do a Dune reference right? I don't think I did. Was hoping so. Yeah, if you were one of the first movers and the beggars, I think you're going to be okay. He does have people who are obligated. Jared is like an informal cat, right? He has subscribers, but it's basically just people are like saying, hey, I'll subscribe. All right, you're a subscriber. It's like you didn't sign a blood oath or anything. And he's got you now. And so they've committed to buy every book. And so they will. It's, wait. Us Suntuppers will not blink at $700. It's crazy, Fairwood, how I thought I would never spend so much on a book, and then Suntup came along. That's probably why I can't get any lettered Mallermans up in the house. I'm trying to do puppy dog eyes. It ain't working. Producer Jill is immune. Immune, I tell you. I think there will be more unsigned copies of Dune than any previous CP title, and it will sell out near instantly. Yes. I'm, that's like, okay, Stephen Graham Jones, I avoided. Dune, I avoided, because I know I would love it. I would probably love it. Two years ago, oh, look, Stephen Dwayne Allison Jr. is dropping cred here. 2 years ago, when I got on the Dune list, he asked me if I would be cool with an unnumbered copy. Oh, so he's actually humble bragging. He's saying, yeah, I'm on the list for 2 years, but I was asked if I'd be okay with an unnumbered copy. So that shows how deep that list is. That's a deep list. I don't envy you Dune people. I don't envy you Frank Herbert Dune folks. Your interviews are great because you don't try to force canned questions in where they don't belong. Yeah, I have questions, and I do get scared of running out of things to talk about live on a video. It's intimidating to interview these people. But once you start talking, they're really creative, inventive, warm, friendly people, and the guards just drop and you just have a conversation. You talk collector, fan to fan. It becomes much more of a human conversation. But you have to have a list to be prepared and hedge against what if this person's a cold person and they don't like interviews. So I haven't encountered that yet, but thank you for that. I appreciate that. It's all credit to the people I interview because I'm terrified. I'm on the list for more than a year. Still think I don't have much of a chance. It's one of the most talked about titles. It's going to be a bloodbath, and there will be tears. There will be tears. But I mean, there's the Folio Society as a consolation prize. I know there are the completists who need both. You just got to make your peace with not being able to get it. I have. I mean, there's so many books I've missed out on that you just make your peace and move on. We're all adults. Didn't ask me that about Unsigned, and I've been on a couple years too. Oh, I have 2 book subscriptions. I have the big one and the little one. Suntup and Nightworms. Yeah, Nightworms is a little subscription, $50 a month. The Anya Allborn book, I talked about this last week. That's coming. I was lucky enough to score one. So Beef Daddy's happy. But I was disappointed in the Mailer Maniacs package from Nightworms, though I do like the people. We can have conflicting viewpoints. We are complex animals with higher order thinking. I was asked by Jared if I was committed for all the Dune books. That might have put me over the edge. Musushi-san grabs that brass ring because there will be several Dune books. And if you said yes, I even want the Bastard Dune books. And by that, I mean the books not written by Frank Herbert. You may be in for that grand prize treatment. Good move. Folio's Dune is very nice indeed. Weber's art is great. Sam Weber is awesome. I have his art in Fahrenheit 451. He is a great artist. So, Fairwood, we probably got in on the same wave. You before me, probably. I do not require a signed Dune. I just want it. Fairwood's a completist. That is a death sentence. I have brought up switching to boxes with Nightworms. We'll see what happens. You know, that sliver of an upgrade. Oh, Jill's laughing. Sorry, just got here. Could you start over? Oh, shit. What did we talk about? It's worth it for Martin, Jill. Martin's good people. I will start over for Martin. Can you get a playback going? And we'll start right over, Martin. Martin's a great guy. And I'm happy to do it. But Stephen Dwayne Allison Jr. switching from bags to boxes could be a profit decimating move. I doubt Sadie will do it. It's a hard thing. She'll have to increase prices. I would love it if they did it, but they're walking a razor's edge. They've got to get something that people don't mind spending every month for surprise books. You know, they're not even picking the books. It's a hard thing to ask of people. Like Anya Alborn's going to sell out. Josh Mallerman's going to sell out. And all these other teases might, but then those are cherry pickers. It's tough. I don't envy her position trying to sell out and package well. And also, I just don't know. So I don't blame Sadie Hartman and Nightworms for the dings I got on my inspection. I understand it. They're walking a razor's edge. You know, if they go to $60 a month, are you still going to subscribe? You probably might, but they might lose a huge percentage of people who are like, oh, I'm out at that. $60 for 2 books. I don't even know who it's going to be. It's hard. It's tough. Yeah, he asked me the same thing about the series. I just want the Frank books. Ooh, you might have put yourself on the back. Back then again, he didn't ask me about this series either, I don't think. Oh, I just got a message from Paul Suntup saying he was going to get me a signed PC copy of Neuromancer. Mine was unsigned. Ooh, Tim, that's a hell of a score. Neuromancer is it's like this is a chef's kiss of the Suntup books. It's beautiful. I know there are people worried about fraying the silk. I saw that conversation on the Fans of Suntup page. I didn't pay it much mind. I'm not, playing with the book all day. I don't know. I'm glad to see that, Tim. Anyway, what else do I have to talk about? Okay, so Cemetery Dance. So I think there's a fire under Chismar's posterior about getting books out because suddenly we've had updates about The Stand, the Southern Reach trilogy, Gwendy's Magic Feather. Like all these books are starting to be like, we're getting notices about these books. Strange Weather. Oh, they're coming out. They're coming out. We swear to God, they're coming out. And the problem is to do that, only reinforces Jeff Vandermeer's argument without addressing Jeff Vandermeer's argument. You need to do that. I don't know if I should agree with Jeff Vandermeer. Is he a loon? Is he a crackpot? I don't know. I need your side, Richard Chismar. And if you're silent on it, then Jeff Vandermeer's comment is the only one that's going to stand. So you have to speak up, not just talk about production. It's my opinion. I don't own a publishing company. Producer Jill can testify to that. So I just think Richard Chismar needs to address it. I say this as a friend. I want those books to come out. So I think there's a little bit. I was miffed to see they're selling the Gwendy's trilogy in a slipcase when they don't even have the limited of Magic Feather out. That's an insult to everybody who pre-ordered Magic Feather, like this guy. Now, I pre-ordered Magic Feather. Now, when I get that book, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to sell it. I don't even want it anymore. I don't even want the refund from Cemetery Dance. I want to get that book and get whatever the market value is going to currently be for that book. I'm actually going to sell this one. This is Gwendy's Button Box, King and Chismar. This is the Nocturnal Reader's Box variant dust jacket. This one's signed by Richard Chismar, and it has the Cemetery Dance slipcase. So I'm going to sell this on eBay and see what I can get for it. And I'm going to do that with Magic Feather because it's so insulting to put out there. You're trying to get people to buy the trilogy when you're not even giving the limited edition purchasers their book yet. You should say, look, we're not even going to push this until we take care of the previous customers. They don't, it's like, I think Brian cares. I don't think Richard Chismar cares. Are you enjoying your advance read of The Collector? I did not get an advance review copy of The Collector. I really wish Neuromancer would have had an AE. I only have the Easton edition. Oh, I'm sorry, Jason. Yeah, the Suntup numbered edition is glorious. I had the ARC, but I rehomed it. And I do wish desperately there was an AE. That would have been just, I think Suntup would have knocked it out of the park. Excuse me. Lee Weber also did the art for Folio's Lord of the Flies and New Sun, both fantastic. Sam Weber is a great artist. So, yeah, I don't know if he only does folio books, but he's great. Are you enjoying? Yes. So are you enjoying your advance? I did not get the arc of Collector. I don't know if Suntup's doing Collector. I can neither confirm nor disconfirm such notions. But I can say I did not get an arc of the Collector from Suntup. I will go on record. Oh, Sugarfoot. You know exactly where to put the magic. Dollars to Donuts, we see Gwendy third before we see any other CD book. And that's so sad. It really is. Here's another CD book I'm selling. Touch the Night. Touch It by Max Booth III. Touch it. Touch. You get the book Touched by Jeffing Off or Jeff Off or Jeff Terry. I'm done with pseudonyms. I do like Jeff Off as a name. I might legally change it. I read this book. So it was not a DNF. It started out so good. And then it just went nowhere. It had so much potential. I hope he rewrites it or does a sequel and tie up loose ends. So I'm going to sell this. I'm going to sell a bunch of CD books. I'm feeling catty. Easy 125 for that Gwendy. I was going to go for 200. CD is on my secondary market only list. Great books, but the lead times aren't rational. Yeah, they're not. See it to Ashley Earp. He needs that slipcase, I think. Really? The slipcase is a package with the book. I am going to go for $200. I could use the fund to fund my Mallerman lettered editions. Hey, I will trade my Gwendy's button box with the Nocturnal Readers box, all variant jacket, and the slipcase for a lettered edition of On This, the Day of the Pig by Earthling Publications. I'll do a straight up trade. If you accept that offer, you're either doing charity work or you're stupid. Suntup next book is 100% The Collector by John Fowles. I stake my reputation on it. All funds fund a letter to Mallerman. Yeah, that should be how it goes, but I gotta be an adult. Why? Okay, Stephen Dwayne Allison Jr., why do you think it is definitely The Collector? Just state it. I'm not going to agree or disagree. I just wonder why you're so sure. The consensus is so sure that it's The Collector. But, yeah. So what else do I have to talk about? Yeah, I am pissed at Cemetery Dance. Oh, okay. And so I have one last thing to talk about. It is The Collector. I know Martin is thrilled about that. Martin, you like The Collector. What do you think of The Collector? Centipede Press is something wicked. Funded my pig lettered. Yeah, I don't know if I could have parted with Something Wicked by Centipede. Don't doubt the hive. I could have sold my gift edition of It to buy the Mallerman lettered. I could have done that. I didn't want to do that. I don't, there's some books you just can't part with. I just feel it in my guts. Always do. That's how it works. Okay. I hope it works out for your guts. And I'm waiting to see what Martin thinks of The Collector. Martin, give us your 30 seconds on The Collector. I have just a little more sand in the hourglass. And then I'm going to sign off. You can have some. You don't have to make that sad face. I'm not an ogre like you. I'll let you have a lettered Mallerman. Producer Jill wants a sip of the Sugarfoot. She's watching me hand her the beer on her iPad. It's weird. It's like she's trying to prove I exist. Is this guy really in the room? He's handing me. Yeah, and it happened. The Collector is a fantastic read, an absolute classic horror novel. See, I never saw the Something Wicked This Way Comes. I sold it while it was on its way to me. I never. Yeah, that'd be the only way you could do it. CP Something Wicked was gorgeous. I let mine go because I'm not enough of a fan of the novel itself to have that much invested in a copy of it. Yeah, the Folio Society edition of Something Wicked This Way Comes is great. Beyond that, I agree with Jason. I just couldn't see ponying up all that much money. But if Suntup did it, I probably would have. So there's all kinds of contradictions. It's a great book. It's a total. I think any man who reads it in the fall will have a certain nostalgia, right? You'll feel like you're a boy running around in the autumn, and there's a magic in that. And I think Ray Bradbury taps into that very well. It's a fun, tense read, but in a Bradbury way where you don't ever feel danger. I've never felt danger in a Bradbury book. Everything feels sort of safe, but bizarre and scary at the same time. Like a Stephen King book, I felt a little bit more edge to it. A Jack Ketchum book, I'm terrified. So there's different levels of suspense where you worry about the characters. So I just have one last little bit. It seems I'm a fool. If you remember my book haul where I got The Last Town by Blake Crouch, and I'm like, wow, it's signed. I got a score. The Find of a Century, blah, blah, blah. Well, I was an idiot because then I got this one. I don't know if you saw me do the book haul video, but this signature is identical to the signature in this book. And I put the notion out there on Cemetery Dance Forum, and Ron also looked at his book and saw his trade paperback had the same exact signature. So it's printed on there. It's got to be. So I'm thrilled I have a copy of this book to read, because this here is my TBR pile. And Wayward and The Last Town are on it, because Blake Crouch is a genius. And I'm going to read those for sure, but I'd just like to out myself as a moron, a money-grubbing moron that thought he had a signed edition. I read Martin's comment. You're not following along. Disappointed. I see. I never. Okay. I don't know, man. When that carousel is spinning at the climax. So you read it, you love the book, and you sold the definitive edition. But you also got the lettered Mallerman. So I don't know. That was a score. I think if I would have read Something Wicked as a child, I would have more nostalgia for it. I think I read it too late in life for it to affect. Yeah. No, I understand. But I read it. I think I read it in my 20s, and then I read it again as the Folio Society edition, so a couple years ago. And, of course, two different reads. But you do think about autumn and when you're a boy, and how all that mystery and danger is very real. And the world can eat you and put you on a carousel and turn you back around to a baby or into a zombie. Morons rule. I'm in that club. I have that shirt. Not this shirt, because no morons have this shirt. But morons do rule. I'm a moron. I'm more on than off. Mallerman wins over everything for me. Pretty much. But I cannot part with my gift edition of it. I can't part with any of my Suntups. And I can't convince producer Jill to let me get on this The Day of the Pig lettered edition. I think that ship has sailed anyway. Are there any copies available from Earthling? I think there might be one. Producer Jill, there's only one left. That's a good thing, because she's got FOMO worse than everybody combined. And if she thinks like there's one left and it's going to be gone forever, if you don't jump and get it, gotta get it, unboxing for the channel. I've made my peace. Oh, Stephen Dwayne Allison Jr. says possibly one left. There might be one left. $750. She asked how much it was because she's like a mouse over there. You should at least speak like Charlie Brown adults. $750. All right. Well, I've taken it too far. I've spoken about everything I need to speak about. I will be back next week, barring like death and dismemberment. I think dismemberment I could still be on. Paul has not stated that it has sold out. I know. There might be one there. One lettered edition sitting there waiting to be rehomed. I have one of the ultimate Mallerman collections, barring foreign language editions. Oh, Scully, you just showed up? What's up, Scully? We're drinking Sugarfoot Stout from Rapture Brewing. And we're talking lettered editions. I was just about to hang up. I made it. I'm glad you did, Scully. House of Thrillers. I know Musashi-san 750 is Suntup range. Just get the lettered. I know. But there's a reason I only buy Suntups now. It's like other ones. It's a lot. I'm sick. Jeff, saw you pass on Moonlake in your book haul video for the upcoming SST. I have an SST coming as well. I have a signed first edition from VJ. I would like to Oh, you would like to donate for a Jeff Word giveaway? That is, Jason, you can totally do that. Let me just say, I've tried to do a giveaway once, and Without Remorse 23 still hasn't gotten back to me for his copy of Westlake Soul. So I will be happy to give away your book. That is very generous. If you think there would be interest, I think Moonlake is going to be far more popular than Westlake Soul. But why would not Without Remorse take his book? I might bundle it. I might have to do a reset and bundle it with some. I don't know. We'll figure it out because that's disappointing. That's cool. I'll catch you again for sure. Yeah, I'll be back here Monday. I've been going for an hour and a half now. Oh, shoot. You want me to include that personal information? See? You don't even know what you're doing. This is live. That's cool. I'll catch you again for sure. Okay, so yeah, Jason rocks. Jason is, I'm getting threats from Smug Oreo. That is greatly appreciated. I would be happy to give it away, and we'll call it the Jason Geis Scholarship Foundation for Wayward Readers, and we will give it away at some point between 6 whatever and I'm at what, 6? What am I at, producer Jill? You don't even know. 697. I went up 3 today. I gained 3 subscribers today. That's awesome. Cheers to the 3 newbies. Hope I don't disappoint you too much. See, I assume I'm going to disappoint, but not too much. Not enough for you to unsubscribe. So at some point between 697 and 1,000, I would happily give away a copy of Moonlake. It's getting great reviews. I have the SST edition coming to my house when that's published. VJ Books does a great job. They do. And that's very generous. I think it's awesome. I do have a lot of books. I do. I have a lot of books. About to fly past 700. Thank you for the confidence. 3 bots. I welcome bots. I welcome bots. Sugarfoot thinks so too. Producer Jill's very happy with her comment. I like the contributions, Producer Jill. I do. I need all the help I can get. I don't mind the bots. Can I get 300 more bots? Where do I order them? Because really, I was talking about it. I have the Jeff Word. So if you're of a mind and you're not already on the Jeff Word Facebook page, please feel free to go there. I will let you into the Jeff Word page on Facebook. It's literally the Jeff Word. And I was telling producer Jill earlier that, like, really, I only want people who really have fun. Like, just really enjoy being here to be on the Facebook page. Because I don't want lip service. I don't want you to have a miserable time. I want to have fun. Can't we just have fun? But on the YouTube channel, all the bots, please. Let's just monetize the channel and then have fun on the Facebook page. So please join us on the Facebook page if you want to contribute, laugh, have a good time, and not take the world so seriously, and just, put arms around the books. That would be great. So please do. I'd love it if the Jeff Word had, 1,000 fans on that Facebook page, and everyone enjoying their time there. And we're all sitting outside drinking some Rapture Brewing. I gotta drink that last saison that I got from Rapture Brewing. I'm saving it though. I don't want to just do it during a live. I got to do it during an unboxing. I'm going to whisper to myself now. Okay, now it makes sense. I was very curious how you were commenting Sans hands. Oh, yeah, it's producer Jill. That's Jay Terry. She stole my name when we got married. Stole it. How many Sugarfoots you got left? Oh, I'm ashamed. But, okay, it's a testament to the delicious nature of the stout that I have. I don't know. I think I got 4 left. I didn't count. Because, confronting that reality is like understanding your mortality. You know you're going to die, but then when you realize, wow, I'm really going to die someday, it's a hard truth. So looking into that styrofoam container and seeing few Sugarfoot stouts, I don't want to address it. I'm over. I'm done.
Yes.
Oh, the rolling hand. I'm getting production stage notes. You're done. You've wandered off into some wilderness. You're lost. You're dehydrated. You're pining for beer. Please stop broadcasting, because this is for time and eternity. This is going up into the internet to be documented and shared. This is friends having a beer, Jill. This is friends having a beer. Strong men also cry. But she's right. I've ran out of material. You guys are humoring me to an unhealthy level. And I'm glad you're all here. I love it every week you're here. I've gone, wow, hour and 45. Next Monday, I will not between Eric. Now you're talking, Jeff. I have a Bentley Little Arc of Gloria that CD sent me. I'm sorry, Eric. I'm sorry. You can probably press charges against CD for sending that to you, because I can't imagine anybody. That's got to be unwanted. Oh my God, producer Jill, we are hanging and what? Beering. It's all good. Thank you, Mitch. It's for you if you want it. No, Eric, no. No, do not send me the Bentley Little Arc, even as a joke. I'll see it as a threat. And I'd hate it. Seriously, the way I bash him, I'd rather see Bentley Little fan get that book. Right? Okay. Oh, ooh, now she's serious. She's like, she was smiling before, like, finish up. She's like, now she's like, okay. Eric, I have that arc also. Hope to read it in November. I'm sorry. You guys are. All right, I'm going to end the stream because it's getting real. Still dead. Oh! Still dead? Potato TT. Still dead. Nobody mourned for her. Okay. All right. I'm going to back away from the laptop. I'm going to quit reading the comments. Good night, Cat House Caller. Thank you for hanging in there. And I will see you next Monday. I will post some videos between now and then. I'm going to post my top 5 worst Stephen King reads just to be a jerk. And I will see you. I'll see you on the flip side, my babies. Stay frosty.